Hi there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces with a quick tip for your electric fireplace. Many of our clients want to put stone around their electric fireplace, and that's a beautiful look. There's no denying it. A lot of the stones right now are three-dimensional, so they're not flat like a tile. Obviously, if you wanted something flat, you'd probably go for a tile. So the beauty of stone is in this rough surface in some cases, and even this contemporary stone that's polished has different levels to it. A lot of the linear fireplaces and even the inserts these days have very minimal flanges around them. It's not even really a frame, it's a flange. It's maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch, inch and a quarter. It's flat, and it's meant to sit against a flat surface to cover up any gaps around the opening. However, if your stone is going to be a rough surface like my stone is here, you're going to have to do things a little bit differently. And what happens is we recommend that you put the fireplace in next to the stone. So if you look at the edge of my fireplace here, you're seeing the inside edges of the stone around the opening. And we've cut the opening and put the stone to be very precisely sitting next to the flange. The flange does not sit over the stone. If I were to put the flange over this piece of stone, there would then be a gap with this piece of stone, so it wouldn't make sense. So what you do is you create the opening according to the specs in the manual, and that opening will be big enough for the fireplace to slide into. So you would slide the fireplace into the opening. You would mark the edges of this flange against your wall, remove the fireplace, and bring your stone up to that mark and make sure that it's snug, but not so snug that you can't get the fireplace in and out for servicing. And for obvious reasons, the fireplace has to be able to move in and out of that opening. But it should be a very tightly framed opening with the stone. So again, you're going to make the opening according to the specs in the manual. The fireplace will fit into that opening. You're going to mark the edges of the flange against your wall, and that's where the stone is going to stop. The stone is not going to go right up to the opening. So this is a little trick for anytime you're putting one of these very minimal edges into a stone wall and the stone is not flat, or some stone is a bit rough on the surface, but it's pretty much the same level all the way through. This stone is clearly not, and many of our rougher ledge stones are not flat enough to set the flange against the stone. So make sure that you allow for this flange to sit next to the stone when you're planning out the wall. So that's your quick tip from stylishfireplaces.ca.